Hey everyone, welcome to the All Things Adelaide 36ers podcast. With me today, I have Alex Mudronja from the Adelaide 36ers. He is very kindly joined me today, so we're going to be talking to him, asking a few questions. And the first thing I want to say to Alex is thank you so much for coming along. I really appreciate it.
Nah, no worries at all, man. It's a pleasure to be here.
Fantastic. So I'll start off with my first little question here. It is your second season in the NBL. How did you feel your first season went, your rookie season, and how are you feeling going into your second season?
Yeah, really good, really good. So last year for me was really just a development year.
Yes,
I knew
yes,
that
it
coming
was.
in, and I knew that coming in, and Joey sort of organized that for me, and I think it was a massive success for me because I wasn't worried about playing a lot of minutes and
Mm.
all that. I was just solely focused on getting better as a player and as a person, and coming home and doing all that. So I found it a real. And this year is going to be a lucky year because last year is considered that sort of development year. So I guess I'm a rookie in the league this year and looking to pick up a bit of a bigger role in the team.
Mm-hmm.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you didn't play many minutes, but you were able to play a game. Was it your debut against the Breakers, that game? Was that your?
Yeah. That was my debut. Yeah.
Yeah. So how was that? Was that pretty surreal? Finally being able
Yeah.
to get on the court and
I mean, it was surreal for sure. Playing for Adelaide is always going to be surreal for me because I'm from Adelaide and I've been a fan of the team for such a long time. I was a member. I was watching DJ.
yeah,
I've got memories of that, and now I'm his teammate. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's always going to be surreal. Like today, I worked at the 36ers camp as a player, and I remember
Well,
going
I
to
was going to bring that up. I've seen the stories and
yeah. I remember going to that camp as a kid. So
wow.
so stepping out into the entertainment center, which is like an amazing venue. If I can just add that in there, they've done an amazing job with that. And then getting to
Yeah,
play against RJ Hampton and the Breakers, and
yeah,
for the first time on the
yeah,
NBL floor was it was an amazing feeling.
yeah. Especially as a kid growing up, you're sitting in the stands hoping that one day you get the opportunity, and you're one of the lucky few to actually being able to play. It must be insane.
Yeah, for sure it is, and that's one thing I want to, it's sort of tell these kids at the camps is that it's you look at these people and you might look up to them as NBL 36ers players, but if you really do put in the work, like you can make that happen and you can become that person. So
Oh, for sure, yeah, entertainment center is a great court, great atmosphere and stuff like that. So it would have been very exhilarating. I've got no doubt. You know, um, you playing in the NBL one for the Sturt Sabres. You've been playing for them for a while. Have you been playing in the basketball challenge? Is that what it's called?
yeah. So it was a bit of a weird year this year,
Mm.
as obviously as everyone knows, and there's been
Yeah.
a lot of adjustments in the NBL and in the NBL one, which if that had gone ahead, the NBL one, I think it would have been amazing. Like I
Oh
think
yeah. Mm.
it was the media and the hype around it seemed really cool, and they were putting together like a really good feeling for that season. But it's a shame we didn't get to do that. Obviously, a lot of things this year have been cancelled, but
Yeah.
I did play a couple games in the basketball challenge here in Adelaide,
Mm-hmm.
and it was good. It's just for myself going into this season, we sort of ramped up trainings with the Sixers, and Coach Connor coming in, and he's all guns sort of firing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like his first year, he's got us working hard. So I'm really just focused on that right now.
Yeah. Well, as I was I was looking forward to that NBL season. I wanted to see a lot of the 36ers, like, unfortunately, Anthony Drimmick signed with the Bullets, but he was meant to play for the Rockets. And
Yeah,
I wanted to see Jack McVeigh and Drimmick play on the Rockets like that. I was looking
yeah,
forward to that. Like, that was going to be so
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, funny story. I almost joined them as well on the Rockets. So
Really?
um,
Wow.
yeah, if that would have been a lot of fun, seeing us
Yeah.
three come transition and us three, best mates. So that would have been an
Yeah.
awesome time. But now
Yeah.
I'm a Sturt boy, so I stuck with my guys at Sturt.
Did you play district with them since you were a kid?
Yeah. So I started off at Woodville,
No, Woodville.
up under 14s, just because I live in the Woodville area, and then Sturt managed to snap me up. I guess they just at the time I had some better teams and coaching, and their junior program's amazing. So
Yep.
so coming over there, they really developed me, and I can't thank them enough for what they've
Yeah.
done. So I feel like if I'm in Adelaide, I think I'm going to play for Sturt.
Yeah.
Just because that's what I consider my home.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. Spend your majority of your childhood playing for them, and they've helped you and guided you to where you are now. So got to
Absolutely.
pay 'em back. When you were growing up, what got you into basketball? Were your parents playing basketball, or was it you saw the NBA and you thought, well, it's something I want to do? Or
No. It's pretty laughable. My parents playing basketball. No, they didn't play ball. They're athletic, and they played other sports. But really, it was just I played footy when I was young, and my older brother just decided to give basketball a shot. It's a funny story actually, because my older brother started playing basketball, and my parents suggested that I give it a go. And I was 7. But I did not want to play basketball. Like I was crying.
really?
I was like, nah, like I don't want to go out to practice. You're a little kid.
Yeah.
All those thoughts going through your head. But yeah, as soon as I went out to my first practice, I literally just, it sounds cliche, but I just fell in love with the game so much.
Wow.
And like so many kids do, and then I just sort of had the willpower to stick with it, and and I'm in my first professional contract, so yeah.
Yeah. Insane. And you're pretty physically gifted as well. Like 6'5", you would have been growing up, and you're probably a little bit taller than everyone else, and you thought, oh yeah, this is a bit easier being that tall. So
Yeah, it for sure helps. I'm a big preacher on it doesn't matter what really you were given, and if you want to put the work in, and I'll say that to I think until I'm proven wrong. But yeah, I was never really jumping out the gym or anything. I couldn't really run. I was a big kid, big, skinny, and lanky, and then I sort of just got in the gym, and I really worked on being able to jump, move a bit quicker, and put on some size, and so that's really helped me get to where I am. And no doubt I've got more to go. Like no doubt
yeah.
I've got to put a bit more weight on, and I guess I'll never stop striving to be better in every way. So
You're only 21, so you've got heaps of time, and I've got no doubt. You keep grinding and stuff like that. And, you can go anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Well, my next question sort of answered a little bit, but what age, or was there a moment? Well, it's more. Was there a moment when you were playing where you thought, okay, I want to play basketball professionally, and I want to, do this for almost my entire life?
Yeah. It's funny because I made the under 12 state team,
Oh, yeah.
and I sort of thought when I made that team, I looked up to the 36ers so much when I was a kid. Like, it's funny when I see these kids, at the camps and stuff now, because I'm like, that was me. As I've said already. But what went through my mind when I made that state team, I thought the NBL was just like the best players from each state on a professional level, right?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
So I
So
thought,
you only thought you were going to play for the 36ers if you made it.
yeah, and I was like, you know what? If I just keep doing what I'm doing, making like these state teams, maybe I'll be able to play for the 36ers. And so that was when I was like, yeah, I'm going to try and do it. It probably wasn't until like under 16s where I got a bit of national attention for the way I played, and that was the real eye opener when I was like, all right, like let's go type thing,
Yeah. Well, yeah. it's, yeah, I'm sure, when you're a fan, you see some, 36er, you think, wow, I want to be, just like them. And now, they're your teammates, and you see them all the day. It's unbelievable, I'm sure.
Mm.
Um, First time you
Yeah.
dunked, how old were you?
Oh, good question there. First time I dunked. I wouldn't say dunking is the best part of my game, but I think I would say 17 or
17.
18. Like I wasn't a kid that was dunking. Like I was quite unathletic.
You weren't 14 years old and dunking then?
No, I wasn't one of those. I wasn't one of those like freak athletes or prodigy type kids by any means. I was,
Most
um,
American high school players at the moment.
yeah, yeah. No, that wasn't me. I just sort of I got actually in touch with a few. I was lucky enough to meet a few strength and conditioning coaches that really valued foot speed and quickness. And I did a few vertical jump programs actually, which
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but seemed to seem to think is good to an extent.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting to dunk once, so you're doing better than me. Um, uh, Again, you sort of answered this question before, but were there any sports you were good at or interested in when you were growing up besides basketball?
Yeah, I think so. I played AFL footy, and which I still enjoy. I still keep up with that, and I go for Port Adelaide, who are having a
Oh,
bloody
yeah.
awesome. So
Yes,
that's
they
good.
are.
Just yeah, I got big ones coming up, but and then also soccer. I'm a bit of a soccer fan myself,
Okay,
and
yeah.
yeah, I think I got the European blood from mum and dad, so I love a bit of
Yeah.
soccer.
What, I don't know if this is too much of a personal, but what nationality background?
No, that's not personal. So my mum's side of the family is Ukrainian, and dad's side is
Right.
Croatian.
Right.
Yeah, so
That's
we have a
very
lot
good.
of those cool little traditions, and I try to be as much as I can in touch with those cultures. So
Yeah. Well,
uh,
soccer's, massive over Europe, so definitely.
absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, I noticed that a few 36ers went to the Port game recently. Did you go? I think it was Isaac Humphries went. I know he put it on his story. Did you go with him?
Yeah. Nah, I didn't actually. I went to So Drinick was in Adelaide this weekend, and
I
I
did.
was with.
Yeah, I did see Jack post on a story of you and him, Isaac.
Yeah. So I was with him and Jack and a couple others. We went to a comedy show actually.
Oh yeah.
But I was no doubt checking my phone every 2 minutes to see the score, but good to see Adelaide get up. But
Yeah.
Isaac said he loved it. He's been really enjoying Adelaide. So
Yeah. Um. Just yeah. Your friendship with Jack. When did that all start? Because I know that he was on the 36ers before you. He had his 1 year before you came. Did you know Jack, or did you know Jack, and did you know any of the 36ers a little bit more personally before you came to the 36ers?
no, I didn't, not at all. Jack was funny. I think it was my first couple of days back in Adelaide, and him and Drim were hanging out at his place, and he just messaged me. He said, "Hey, bro, want to hang out?" And
Yeah,
I didn't know anyone, so yep, for sure.
sure.
Ended up sleeping on Drimmick's couch that night. And we sort of just clicked and got along really well. And I think that's super important on a team.
Oh,
And now that me and Jack are really like-minded guys, like we really push each other like as much as we can, and we have these conversations of just how to be the best that we can possibly be, how to
yeah,
how to become the greatest that we can possibly be. Like we're both addicted to it, just obsessed with bettering ourselves, and
that's good.
so that's really what's clicked for us. And then obviously we just enjoy each other's company as well. I mean, he's a goofy guy, but
He is. He definitely looks like the team class clown sort of thing. He looks like he.
yeah. I always say that he's Jack. Like he's loud. He is who he is, but you can't get it twisted. Like he really puts the work in, and he really cares, and he loves the people in his circle. He loves the people around him.
Hmm.
Um, and I love being around that sort of positive energy. So yeah, I'm excited for what we can do going forward for sure.
Yeah, he definitely is a bit of a hype man. Like, you know, you guys, I see it. You know, post a photo and you guys, you know, hyping each other up, and I think it's good to see. You know, it's good to have.
Yeah, it is. It's big time to have that in the team. Huge, and I think there's no one better than Jack in the league. So it's awesome to have that.
Yeah, and he looks like an actual good guy. Like, you know, he actually looks like he's a good guy off the court. You know, so that's
Right? Yeah.
awesome. I've spoken to him a bit on Instagram and stuff, and he's a very nice guy. So, you know.
He is. I urge people to get to know that guy. He's interesting. He's crazy, but you know he's one of a kind for sure. But he does all the things that make everyone around him better.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for him as much as you know, as much as our friendship is cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Any basketball players that you mold your game on, like NBA players, NBL players, or do you consider yourself, you know, your own kind of player?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I consider myself my own kind of player. Same time, I love to just go back and watch a lot of Steve Nash. He's probably my favorite person to watch, just sort of and learn from. Just the way that he can lead a team, find the right guys, make the right plays, make everyone better around him, and then also, you know, get buckets and be a league MVP. Like that kind of thing was always incredible to me. And he's also not the most athletically gifted, so yeah, I guess I'd say I'd molded my game around him, just in the way that he's able to make everyone around him better.
Yeah, yeah. At 6'5", do you consider yourself more of a point guard or a shooting guard, or a bit of a combo?
Yeah, I'm a point guard.
Point guard?
I would say I'm a pure point guard, and sort of made that transition when I was at the AIS, I think, as sort of a 16, 17, 18-year-old. So, but at the same time, I really enjoy being able to play on a team with guys that can be versatile. So by all means, I love when like a bigger guard or you know, it doesn't matter who is able to grab a rebound and just go and just play, and we all just play with each other.
Big guard.
Yeah, like Jack's one of them. Like even DJ, like
Oh yeah.
DJ just grabbing it and going, TZ, and you know. So I think we've started to sort of find that sort of thing at practice, and it's felt awesome, to be honest. Like it's a good vibe.
Have you started practice for next season, like formal trainings?
Yeah, well, no, not like our preseason hasn't started quite yet, because we're still waiting on Donald Sloan to come in the state. But we've been going against each other. We've been going hard. Like we've been scrimmaging and stuff like that, playing a bit of one-on-one and getting our shots up, running a bit of our offense. And to be honest with you, it's feeling super, super exciting. Like everyone's really coming together nicely and playing together, and we also really enjoy each other's company, which is I think huge.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You played for St. Mary's College in America.
Yeah.
What was the experience like?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting experience for me personally, because I had a lot of expectations going in there. I think not that they gave me the wrong indications of what I was going to be for them, but I sort of came in after having a great junior career at the IIS and like at national tournaments and things like that. So I thought I'd be able to come in there and be able to just make an impact right away. But things didn't really go my way, and I'm super grateful for it, because I think I wouldn't be the person that I am today without it. And I learned a lot about myself in that time. And no doubt it was hard. Like I really struggled. I didn't see the floor. I sort of pointed the finger at people, sort of in ways blamed people, and I realized that that's not the right way to go about anything, right? And I sort of looked internally and saw what I could get from it. And now that I'm coming into like a similar situation where it's my first year in the league, I feel like I'm in a way better spot. Like I feel like I learned so much from that experience that now I can put into what I do every day, that I'm really grateful for it. So if I was to go back to college, if I had the decision to go back to college, I would for
Yep.
sure do it. Like I'm grateful for everything I learned, and yes, like things didn't go my way. I didn't see the floor very much, but yeah, like I said, I learned a lot.
Yeah. This is a question that I've been meaning to ask a player because I'm very curious about how it happens. But did you get like scouted in order to go to St. Mary's, or did you think, or were you like, did they approach you, or did they like watch you and then approach you? Like, what was the process of getting to St. Mary's?
Yeah, so the college recruiting process is unbelievable. Like it is. I don't think it's like anything else in the world. Yes, so they scout. So St. Mary's has a good connection with Australian talent, and now more colleges have sort of gone overseas and looked internationally, and Australia's, there's been more and more Australian players coming into college basketball. Um, but yeah, I guess what happened for me is like I had someone help with sending film out to colleges, and just watch the game, and they get interest, and then once one team has interest, then people hear about it, and your name starts getting thrown around a little bit, and that's really how it happens. And to be honest, when you're talking to these college coaches, they're all super intense because basketball is their life. Like this coaching role is their life, which it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's a really weird process, to be honest. So I would say if anyone's going through that college recruiting process, like don't get too caught up in all the all the games and all the this and that. Like just keep working hard and things will happen. That's my sort of that's my philosophy. Just keep working and don't worry about the outside stuff too much, because it gets a lot, especially in that recruiting scouting type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting. Did you, growing up, ever think that you would have the opportunity to play college basketball in America, or did you think that you'd go a different pathway and kind of almost go straight to the NBL?
No, I think college was always something that I wanted to do, and I think it's different now, because now you see these people that are going NBA prospects that are going straight into professional, Giddy, for example,
Yeah, definitely.
that are going straight to the NBA or straight to China and then making their way into the NBA, different pathways. But when I was growing up, as sort of college basketball was really idolized for the youth. So it was always a goal of mine.
Yeah. Did the 36ers do the same thing in order to get you? Did they like watched you in college and then they wanted to sign you and that sort of thing?
No, so it was a bit of a different process with the Sixers. I think at times it is similar, but I was lucky being an Adelaide kid that when I was at the AIS and it was school holidays, I would fly home and then train with the Sixers squad. So I think the team that which was pretty lucky. So the team that I trained with was actually the finals team with Sobey, Creek, Hodgson, Machock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team, and they were great. They were great, Shannon Shorter and those guys. And
Yeah, sure.
so I came in as a young
Childress?
guy and just sort of challenged them, and Josh Childress. Yeah, so I got to come in and sort of be around that professional lifestyle, and I learned a lot in those sort of times. But what really got me this job is just how I performed in those practices. Like I didn't think anything of it when I was in the practice, and I had nothing to lose. So I just played how I play, and Joey just took a real liking in my game, Joey Rat, and our relationship just really started from there, and he really just believed in me enough to give me this, even though I didn't play in college, he still gave me a call and said, look, we're happy to offer you this and this, and so now I'm here, and I can't be more grateful than that.
Yeah.
For that.
Was that practice training session the first time you were around the 36ers, or was there a time beforehand where you had been put into a training session or been around the players?
No, that was the first time, and it was real eye opening because for me, I think I was 17, and I was sort of the leader of the AIS sort of squad,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I really wanted to see how I matched up against professional players.
Yeah.
And for me, going in, I was pretty confident in myself, but I sort of came out of those sessions and thought, wow, like, I think I can do this. So if anything, it just gave me more confidence.
That's very good. Um,
Mm.
were you gaining any other interest from any other NBL teams besides the 36ers?
Well, I had talked to a couple teams, but to be honest, I wasn't really interested in,
Interested?
in, in
Yeah.
playing anywhere else. I
What
had that
other
relationship
teams
with
were there?
Joey, and
Are you allowed
so
to?
my agency, yeah, I mean, my agency really handled that, but Melbourne, Cairns, were the main two.
Yeah, right.
Um, but no, none of them had deals like what Joey was willing to give me anyway, because none
Yeah.
of them really trusted me. Like, um, so I think Adelaide was all. I think if I'm playing in the NBL, I want to play for Adelaide.
Yeah.
Just like I said, like we've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the team as much as I'm a
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, you were a member and now you're a player, so why wouldn't you?
right,
Your
right,
your contract that you signed was first year development player and then the 2 years full roster player.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, okay, good. Um,
So that's why. Sorry, that's why this year is my rookie year. Last year doesn't actually
oh,
count
okay,
as me being on the roster.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Whoops, my bad. um,
No, you go.
Adelaide Entertainment Centre, full house. What's the atmosphere like when we're playing well, got momentum and stuff, and just what's the atmosphere like being a player?
Man, you know what? It was Yeah, it was actually quite scary moving from, like, when we heard about moving from Titanium Security Arena
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
Entertainment Center, because the atmosphere was so good at Titanium. Like, it was so loud.
yeah,
It wasn't too big, and the noise just sort of bounced off the walls in there. So it
yeah,
was a little scary, but to be honest with you, they just did an amazing job. It's got almost like an NBA type feeling to it.
yeah,
It's a bigger arena, but they're able to, give the court a bit more breathing space and a bit more room, and sit fans courtside a bit more. Um, so they just put it together so well, and it really surprised me, to be honest.
mm,
Um, like, I've been to the entertainment center and for concerts, and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
being
yeah,
an
yeah,
Adelaide
yeah,
kid, but I never thought they could put a basketball court in there and pull it off. So no, they really did a great job. And the Adelaide fans are amazing. Like,
mm,
when they start getting into the game, and everything starts rocking, and
oh,
they
yeah,
start clapping their hands and stomping their feet, I think they're
yeah,
the best fans in the league. So
yeah.
very
Well,
lucky for that.
I went to that well, basically the first game at the entertainment centre against Melbourne United, and being up I was in the nosebleeds at that time, and it was so insane. I felt like I was at the NBA. The court looked
Right.
incredible, and then even when the season started, and I was a member, and I was able to sit a lot closer, being that close and seeing everything, it is crazy. It is insane. Especially
It
that.
is, and I think
Oh no, off you go.
so.
No,
No,
no.
I think, like, they really modeled the setup after the NBA sort of
Yeah,
style, and
yeah,
they really did a good job of it too.
yeah. There was a close game against the Sydney Kings when we think we had like 8,000 people there. I think that was yeah, that was insane. I went to that game and I couldn't believe what the Adelaide Entertainment Centre was like. It was such an NBA vibe, and it was unfortunate we lost, but the crowd getting into it is just crazy.
Absolutely. Well, what I sort of think about is we had the biggest crowd in South Australian history last
Yeah.
year, and that was a regular season game. So I think this year, no doubt, our goal is to play in the finals and get that far. So I can't wait to see what the crowd's going to be like
Oh,
um, in a finals game, and I'm sure it'll be amazing.
oh, I've no doubt. And I'm sure it's still with you, for example, it's just surreal, being able to just stand on that court, sit on the bench during these games. It's just surreal for you, especially, being that fan growing up and some pinch yourself moments, I'm sure, during the season.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah,
I
like,
just
and
can't wait to, come out, get going this year.
oh, it's crazy. And we've had a big off season. We signed a lot of new players, new coach, big name players. I like to think we've signed a lot of really big players. Have you been able to talk to majority of them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So everyone's here now, actually, apart from
Donald.
D Sloan. So yeah, yeah. So it's been really good to get to know everyone. It's definitely a different vibe from last year, and the guys that we got in are all in. Like, you can really feel it. You can really feel that, the guys will do anything to win,
Yeah,
right? It's a bit of not poorly about last year, but it's a bit of a change.
yeah. Um, well, like for example, you're at that camp today, and I think you had was it Giddy was there and Sunday.
Yep, yep. Sunday, Dan Dillon just got out of quarantine too,
Yeah,
so everyone's done the right thing. Now it's sort of like everyone's here. It's like take the restraints off and let's go. Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, the season's still a long way away, so
yeah,
we got to do all the right things and look after our bodies. But we're working hard, and it's been good getting to know everyone. It's a great vibe out there. That's all I can really
yeah,
say. Like, it's been really enjoyable, really
yeah.
enjoyable.
I'm sure it'll carry over to the season. But if you guys are friends and you're all gelling, great. That should be fantastic to put it onto the court and show the Adelaide fans that you guys want to win and you want to win that championship.
Yeah, and credit to the coaches too for distilling that into us. Like, I think everyone believes in what Connor is doing,
Mm.
and same with Jamie. And they've been great. They've been really good, and sort of they expect a high level. Like, they expect us to be working hard. But I think we've got guys that are all about that. Some real hoopers. So it's exciting.
Any other new players that you've really gelled with and come quite close to? I think like Isaac looks like by the looks of it. Isaac.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for sure, yeah. Actually, Isaac came away with us a few weekends ago. We just went out down the coast and
Mm.
got away for a little bit with Jack, and that was really good to get to know Isaac. He loves it. Like, I didn't know that about him, but he really loves the game. He really loves to work. He
Yeah.
loves what he does, and he's just a real genuine, chilled, laid back guy. So yeah, we've gotten along really well, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to making more of these connections, and
Mm.
I think it's massive. It's something that me and Jack actually sit down and talk about. We
Yeah.
say, what are things that make teams good, and a huge part of it is just literally just enjoying each other's company and getting
Yeah.
along. And so
Yeah.
it hasn't been an effort. Like, it hasn't been like we're trying to do that, but it's organically happened without any effort. So
Yeah.
man, it's yeah, it's been good.
Getting excited for the next season for sure. I've got no doubt.
For sure, for sure. It's a long way away, which sucks, but
Yeah.
very excited.
Have you heard Isaac sing yet?
Yeah, of course, man. We jam out in the car all the time. We no, he's got an amazing voice. He's actually I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but he's thinking of putting a little concert together in Adelaide. So
Wow.
if you can get around that, get around it, because it's worth watching this guy, man. He's very musically talented.
Members
And I love
only,
music.
members only concert.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be something like that. Like even if we can get 100 people together and
I definitely
do
want
it.
to hear. I definitely want to hear him sing because I haven't seen him in person and heard him sing. But when he signed with us, and you look up his highlights and stuff, and videos of him singing in college and stuff come up, and I was like, wow, like this guy
Yeah,
he can sing and hoop.
he for sure can. And he did a full concert with theater packed out,
Yeah,
top level, bottom level, just for eyes that come through. So it's amazing, like what he's done in his short, career of 22. He's playing the NBA. He's done concerts. He's
yeah,
he's been in the G League. He's
yeah,
played for Kentucky. So he's a cool guy, and he's super humble about it too.
yeah.
So yeah, let's get this concert together. I'm excited. I'm not a singer myself, but I love music, so I'm gonna get around it.
You're not going to do backup for him? Backup singer?
Nah, not a chance. Not a
Imagine
chance.
that. I could see you and Jack back up for sure. I could see that happening.
Hey, we might have to come in and start rapping a little bit because you won't sing. We can't.
Oh, okay.
Leave that to Isaac.
Well, back to basketball now. Since we're here, have you been able to see the new signings work out, and how they looked so far, basketball wise?
Yeah, so Giddy just had his first practice with us today, actually, and he's great, man. He's super big. I was shook when I saw him. He's 6'7", and he's all of 6'7". He's strong.
Isn't he like 17 or
He
something?
seems like he shoots the ball. Yeah, he's 17. He turns 18 on Saturday, so we're gonna have a big night, I reckon. But yeah, but Giddy, yeah, he pushes the ball well in transition. He's got an absolute gift for finding people. So that was cool to see. Who else we got? Sunday. He's a freak defensively, super strong. Again, like freakishly strong. He's got same sort of thing. Like he's just gifted at making people uncomfortable and on the defensive end. So
yeah, I didn't know. I feel bad. I didn't really know who Sunday was until that game against the Hawks that he played. We had a really good game at Entertainment Centre, and from then on, I knew who Sunday Detch was. So when he signed with us, I was very happy.
yeah, well, that was sort of his breakout game. It was cool to see. It was obviously not cool to be a 36er at that point and watch Illawarra get up on us. But yeah, no, he's talented, man. He and he's a workhorse. Like he really wants to be in the gym and get better every day. So those kind of people are very exciting to be around.
Like Keanu Pinder, what's he been looking like?
Man, I've used this word a lot, but freak athlete. He can
Jumps
jump.
out the gym.
I think his first practice. Yeah, absolutely, man. You might have to raise the roofs in the entertainment center. But my first practice, where he was involved, I thought I had a wide open layup, and this was sort of like my introduction to Keanu. He just came out of nowhere and pinned it up. Yeah. So no, he can jump. So it's going to be fun to play with him too, because I'm a guy that likes to come off pick and rolls, and him rolling so hard. I think it'll be fun to just connect with him on a few lobs and alley oops, because he can definitely get up there and throw it down.
Oh yeah, and Adelaide fans will love seeing those highlight plays for sure.
For sure.
Have you been able to talk to Coach Connor much about next season?
Yeah, I've gotten to get to know him pretty well, and he's super down to earth, and he's a great guy. super knowledgeable about the game. Like you can sit down with coach and have a conversation about basketball with him all day if you wanted, if time allowed. So being around that is fun for a guy like me who obsesses over the game as well. And I'm just sort of trying to soak it up and learn as much as I can from him. Like at the end of the day, even if you disregard how good of a coach he is, he's a guy that played with Larry Bird on,
Yeah.
in the NBA. So
Yeah.
just being able to pick his brain and learn what it takes to be a player on such a prestigious team has been really enjoyable as well.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm sure, you're all very excited for next season, which is good. I think we'll have a very good season next year. So I was excited for all our signings and seeing everyone. Well, seeing you talk about how close you all are, I think it's very exciting.
Yeah, and for sure they've put together some good pieces. Just can't wait.
Yeah. What are you trying to get most out of next season compared to last season as a development player? Do you have any personal goals you set for yourself?
Yeah, so it's been a big shift. Yeah, it's been a big sort of transition for me from just working on myself, which I still do every day. Like I still want to get better as a player, and I think I always will. But this year for me is really just win. Like I said, I'm a fan of the team, and I want to see Adelaide get a championship. Like it's really my biggest thing for the year, and I want to do everything I can to be a part of that and to help that happen. Obviously, I've got goals of my own. Like I think coming into the year, I want to be able to be a guy that's up there for the rookie of the year and be able to make that impact on my team to put myself in that position. But at the end of the day, for me, it's all about winning. And I think we've got a couple guys that have that similar mindset. So yeah.
Yeah, I think you got rookie of the year in the bag. I definitely think. I think you got that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I've seen your Instagram posts. You're massive, so you'll be.
No, I appreciate it. Lots of work to do. It's a long way away, but thank you.
When you first came to Adelaide 36ers, who took you under their wing and sort of guided you and mentored you the most?
I would say most of my mentorship came from Joey because we spent so much time together inside of basketball and outside of basketball, and his just dedication to make me a better player was something that I've really I think is rare in some situations. So being able to spend time with him was amazing. And then the other guy, man, I hate giving him so much credit, but that dude Jack.
Oh, Jack McVeigh. Gee.
Hey man, yeah. So yeah, he really has taken me under his wing a lot because we get along so well. But I think it's only been recently where we've sort of connected on more of a, I don't want to say like spiritual level, but more of like a level where yeah, that's crazy.
Nah,
But more of like
it's fine.
yeah, it's more of a level where we both realize that we're quite similar, and he sort of taught me to be cool with being able to what's the word, like talk about that
Yeah.
instead of keeping that sort of stuff to myself. So yeah.
He'd be your best mate on the team, wouldn't he? Your best friend.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes, on the team, but at the same time, it's not. I don't think it's really important who's your best friend on the team. As long as everyone's sort of getting along and everyone's working well together. I think that's what's more important.
Do you have any other players that helped you along a bit?
I mean, throughout my career, I've had a couple. I would say coaches have made more of an influence on me because I'm only 21. It's my rookie year
Yeah.
in the league. So last year, yeah, I didn't to be straight up about it. I didn't really get that from some of our veterans. But I think this year it's like it's a whole different vibe. Like everyone's really more so involved in each other's lives, and
Mm.
I think to be able to make that shift has been quite, pretty cool, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. Well, when I was at college, Matthew Dellavedova was a cool um, person that I got to get to know a little bit and
Yeah.
talk to, and he helped me through a little bit. So I'd say probably him, and
That's it.
uh, yeah, I guess I'm excited to get to know more people. I think Donald Sloan coming in is going to be massive. Like that's a guy that's
Yeah.
played in the NBA and solid point guard in the league for a long time. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to get to know him and learn as much as I can from him.
What excites you the most about the 36ers going into the new season? Like, what aspect of the team, game style that excites you the most?
I think our offense excites me the most. I think defensively will be good, but the system that we've got in place, it really, as long as people move the ball and play through each other, I think it really forces the defense to make tough decisions, um, and creates little advantages, which I think should result in an open shot pretty much every possession. And I
Right.
think in the past, Adelaide has been known for sort of its run and gun
Yeah.
type play, and playing fast, which I think we'll be able to do. We'll be able to push the ball in transition,
Yeah.
but that second speed of being able to slow it down and get a good shot is what I think the real difference is going to be in this year. So I think that's probably the biggest part of the game that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. I definitely think that that run and gun style suits the 36ers the most, and it has worked in the past a lot. So I think if you can replicate that and keep that going, then sky's the limit for us, I think, on offense for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Favorite band or artist?
Damn, we going outside here. Okay. Favorite band. I would say my favorite band actually is Gang of Youth.
Wow.
Sydney band. Yeah, you didn't expect that genre, did
I
you?
I did not
Um,
expect Gang of Youth at all.
yeah, I'd say my favorite artist. I would say, man, I've got three favorite artists. I'd say, and they're all real different too. Matt
Yeah.
Corby,
Oh yeah, Matt Corey.
another another Aussie. J Cole.
Okay,
Now we're
yeah.
going, and Frank Ocean.
Frank,
So
yeah.
pop
Wow.
R&B. So I like to expand. I like to look into different genres, and I
Yeah.
appreciate music like that. So I'm not just a hip hop guy. I'm into a whole lot of
Yeah.
different stuff.
I was not expecting Gang of Youth.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
What's your favorite song by them?
oh man, you're gonna hit me with my favorite song, "Persevere."
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm pretty basic when it comes to. I'm not a fan of Gang of Youth, but mine's probably just like Magnolia.
Magnolia is unreal, man. Magnolia is right up there for me too.
Yeah.
It's
Matt
actually,
Corby. I really only listen to Brother.
oh
So
yeah, brother's good. But actually, Magnolia. Funny you bring that up because I went to a Gang of Youth concert and Dave Leopepe, the head singer, actually sung the song with his arm around me, and my best friend at the time as well, Geordie.
really,
So it was a crazy experience. That was a great day for me, to
yeah.
be honest. And then yeah, actually saw a few good artists that day. So that was super cool. I love
Was
Gang of
that
Youth.
a festival?
Yeah, it was. It's actually in the States. And it was funny because we were in like near San Francisco, and they're obviously a big band in Australia, but over there, like no one really knows them that well. So we went to a
Yeah.
concert with um, a festival, and the lineup was like Tash Sultana, Gang of Youths,
Wow.
man, the rest leave my mind for some reason. But
Yeah.
there were all these Aussies, and no one really knew of them, and they were like some of our favorite artists.
Yeah. Wow.
Super lucky, and the tickets were super cheap, and we were the only ones in the whole crowd that knew the words. So
Wow.
he came right up to us and got
I'm
around
holding.
us. And
Wow.
that was super cool.
I'm holding out for that. You know, all my favorite bands go to music festival. You know, everyone knows who they are, so you can't. You know, I'm waiting for
Exactly.
like
If you're yeah, those,
I'm waiting for like Ocean Alley in America where no one knows who they are. That's one of my favorite bands, Ocean Alley.
that's what it was. Yeah, Ocean Alley. I've seen them 3 times, but Ocean Alley were at that same day we saw Ocean Alley,
Wow.
Lord Huron, man, Mumford and Sons. Like it was a cool lineup.
Yeah. Do you like do you listen to like Triple J and stuff? That's where you.
Yeah, yeah. I do like that sort of music, man. So I'm actually funny sort of in between because
Mm,
I've got the basketball culture and then I got the Aussie culture as well, like
yeah.
the beach sort of, yeah, that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. And I love that stuff. I'm into surfing,
Yeah.
photography, and things like that. So I've got friends that are, all they listen to is the sort of good Aussie type of music, and then I've got the basketball, hip hop, R&B. So I sort of mix and match, man. I'm not huge hip hop or huge this. I just sort of listen to a bit of everything, and yeah, I just enjoy music. So
Yeah, well, that's a good. Another off-topic, basic sort of question, but favorite food?
uh, yeah, I got to go to my traditional Ukrainian dishes for favorite food.
Oh,
I mean, a couple of dishes called vareniki and holubtsi. It's my two favorite. My grandma makes them, and only my grandma can make them to my standards. Yeah, so that's my favorite food for sure.
what car do you drive?
I drive at the moment a Nissan Pulsar. Gets the job done. It's manual. Uh,
Yeah, wow.
yeah, that's it.
Dream car?
Damn, dream car. I'm not really into cars. I would like to call myself a minimalist, but that's not actually true. Um, because I do consume. My dream car, I'd like something functional, probably like a nice Ute, maybe like a Range Rover or something. And then I don't really
Yeah.
like the sports cars, I'm not that into cars. So yeah. Do you have a dream car?
Oh, I just want like I'm a bit of an exotic car person, so maybe like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. You
So,
know,
yeah.
Ferrari 488 Pista, or probably like a Lamborghini Huracan Performante.
Oh, so you know your cars. Ah, there you go. Nice. Nah, I would definitely respect it. Like I can tell why people enjoy cars so much. Like, damn, some of those
Yeah,
things are beautiful, like beautiful machinery. But just for me, it's just not something that I would spend my money on, I guess.
yeah. I recently went to the Ferrari or the Lamborghini McLaren Bentley dealership near Glen Osmond. Don't know if you've ever been there.
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, I just had a look, but it was insane. Like,
Yeah, right. Oh no, I do. I do know of the ones you're talking about. I always,
yeah,
yeah, I do drive past and think, damn.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just not for me for some reason.
Favorite footy team?
Well, Adelaide, man, I said this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
One point, Adelaide, lad. Yeah, no, I've been supporting them for, you know how it is when your dad supports them, you do too.
yeah.
So,
Well, I
yeah.
mean, that doesn't apply for me, but
In most cases, anyway. Who's
well,
your team?
my dad is Collingwood
Yeah,
and I'm Essendon.
interesting.
Yeah,
Melbourne team. Yeah.
I know it's really weird. Like any other sport, like I like cricket, basketball, footy, and everyone else is an Adelaide team except footy. So
Yeah, yeah, people tend to do that, but go with the hometown, man. Go with the hometown. That's
I
mad.
don't know if this next one's a bit controversial. So,
Yeah.
but if you had to support any other team besides the 36ers, Who would you support growing up? What do you think?
In the NBL?
Yeah.
Uh, damn. Um, hmm, good question. I would, it's funny actually. Coach Connor got asked this question today at our school camp,
Oh yeah.
and his reply was the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers.
Oh
I
no.
loved that because they're not a team yet. I would like to say Tasmania as well, but probably Cairns. I think probably Cairns.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I mean, I'm having hopes. Majuk, he's one of
Yeah.
the greatest humans ever. So
Yeah.
I love that guy. So I'd support him.
Do you think the Jack Jumpers was the correct name?
I thought Jack Jumpers was a bit funny. I mean, I think people will get used to it, but I thought they had like Titans in there, right?
They had
Titans was one of.
I think the last three were like Tridents and Pride.
I thought the Tridents was cool, Tasmanian Tridents or whatever. But no, Jack Jumpers is alright. It's an ant, right? It's an ant.
Yeah. Well, that's what their logo and mascot looks like it is. So
That's what I thought. Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean,
I was gunning for the Pride. I thought the Tasmania Pride would have been pretty good.
Pride, yeah, Pride was a cool one too. It was always funny because I thought Jack Jumpers was sort of like the funny one that was not going to get picked.
And then lo and behold,
Yeah. What do you know? Yeah.
favorite NBA team.
So growing up, I was always a Thunder fan.
Mhm.
OKC, which I still am. I still support them, but I'd say I've got a few favorite teams. I like Portland, Dame Lillard. I like Mavericks with Doncic. I'm a fan of him, and then I'm a LeBron fan as
Josh
well.
Giddey.
So,
Josh Giddey's an
like,
ex-Luka Doncic, isn't he?
yeah, he's a big Doncic fan. So, yeah, and then also LeBron.
Mm.
I love that guy. Lakers.
Lakers versus Heat. Who you got?
Oh man, that's a silly question. Everyone's got Lakers, right? You don't have the Lakers?
I like the Heat. I like how the Heat are going. Like,
I
Jimmy.
like the Heat too. I like the Heat. I just think the Lakers are too good.
All right.
You want to put money on it? Nah.
um,
Nah. Go on.
biggest starstruck moment on the court and off the court.
Yeah, good question. I haven't been asked this one actually. Starstruck moment. I wouldn't say I've ever really gotten starstruck. I think the first time it sort of happened was when I played in a camp and the coaches there were Joe Ingles and Dante Exum.
Oh wow.
It was before I went to AIS, so I was probably 15. So that's probably what the time that I can remember being starstruck. But I don't really get that feeling when I go into the court against NBL players or anyone really, because I just feel like I belong. So
Yeah. Wow. Do you recommend this podcast to other 36ers players to be guests?
So who do I think should be a guest?
Yeah.
Man, take a guess who I'm gonna say.
I would like Jack on the podcast.
I knew you would too. Yeah, get Jack on here. Yeah, get him to talk some shit. He's a funny dude.
Yeah. Well, Jack, in the off chance that you're listening, please, I'm always available. So
I'll put a good word in. I'll put a word in for you.
oh, thank you. So yeah, well, now I was going to go into my Instagram questions, if that was all right.
Yeah. No worries.
First question that I have was from the NBL fan page 2X. He asked, what was your favorite moment you've had while playing basketball?
My favorite moment that I've had. I think there's been a couple. I think getting gold at the under 20 nationals getting the MVP at the under-20 nationals, and probably that game against New Zealand.
Yeah, you had a tough layup. Saw that.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Um, um, someone called Michael underscore Harris 10 asks, "How does Alex get such big muscles? He's a very strong boy."
That's a joke, I'm sure. Mike's the DP, development player.
Yeah,
Biggest
I know.
development player.
I know. I
Right.
know.
Um, I'm gonna not answer that question.
Okay, I mean, fair enough. Biggest part of the game you've worked on in the off season?
My shooting for sure. It's been a goal of mine to become. I think I'm a good shooter. I think I want to be a great shooter. So
Yeah,
I'm not there, but that's what I've been really putting the work in on.
yeah. Definitely think that 3-point shooting is pretty popular nowadays. So once you get that down pat, I'm sure you take your game to a whole other level.
Absolutely.
Um, what do you think about Obi leaving to pursue his little fashion career?
Um, so I am all about it.
Mm,
He's a great dude. He's one of my good friends. I think from last year, and him going to do that is cool by me. Like we're
mm,
going to miss him for sure, but
yeah,
he's got a passion and he's found a real passion in his clothes brand. So I'm going to support that all the way, and I'll buy his clothes, and he's doing a good job. If you
mm,
get the chance, go check it out. It's called Oben Roll,
yeah,
Obi and Roll,
yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
But yeah, it's super cool. He's got more certainty, more certainty going and doing that, and enjoying what he does than waiting for this season. So yeah, I support it all the way, and he's a great guy, and he works hard, so he will do well, no doubt.
Any goss on prospects lined up to fill in for him?
What's that, sorry?
Any information on who's potentially going to replace him?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's obviously not up to me.
Okay. um,
Don't have
lastly, I
any info
think
there.
what was that?
No, I just say I don't have any info there. I haven't heard anything. So
No, I mean fair enough. Any words for 36ers fans of what to expect for next season? Like sort of final remarks, what to expect, sort of thing.
I think biggest thing is culture change. I think we're still going to be that exciting team that gets up and down, and I think we got some. I think as Jack would say, we've got some dogs.
Yeah,
Some guys that want to get down and get to work and get busy and grind it out, grit our teeth. So I think you'll see a lot of
yeah,
that this year, and I think also a bit more togetherness from the team,
yeah,
um,
right.
from top to the bottom. So
Yeah.
uh,
Well, I'll wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Alex, for coming on. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
yeah, no worries, man. It's a pleasure to talk to you. All the best.